What's up, everybody? I'm Mitch.
And I'm Dustin, and you're tuned in to the Fatmen Podcast. Welcome.
So today we want to start this off like we usually do with the veteran highlight, and today's veteran highlight is none other than my grandfather, Cecil Lunsford. He was in the Navy. He was a Korean War veteran, and just in his memory, we just wanted to say thank you, Grandpa.
Salute to you, Cecil.
Gramps.
So today we have a very special guest. He's a soldier, he's a stand-up comedian, and he's also lost 44 pounds, put on some muscle, and looking fucking awesome.
Looking like a beefcake over there.
Dude, come on, guys.
We got the funny man himself, Mr. Stone Norment.
What's up, everybody? It's good to be here.
Hey, it's good to have you. So let's kind of dive in. So you have you always struggled with your weight? Is that something that's been? Well, let's start it out this way. How about you introduce yourself and give us a little bit of your background?
Yeah, dude. Sick to be here. This is sick. This is my first podcast, like on a
Hell yeah.
Well, glad we could pop your cherry.
Yeah,
this
we're
is sick,
glad.
dude. Take me to dinner. I joined the Army about a year ago. Don't know why. I think it was because of weight. I was like the biggest I've ever been in my life, and I was like, damn, dude, I don't want to work out by myself. That's lame, dude. So
Yeah.
I joined the Army. It's been sick. I started stand-up 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. That was fun. It's been a ride. Big sports guy. Love Notre Dame.
We won't hold that against you.
As you can kind of see a little bit from the podcast studio, but yeah. Big Notre Dame fan. But yeah, I mean, I'm your average sports bro. That's basically me. That's what I'm trying to do here,
So, what do you do in the military? What do you do for? You're in the Army National Guard. So,
Yep,
what's your MOS?
I'm the Rat. I'm the 31 Bravo MP. So,
Ooh.
yeah, it's gross, dude. Everybody hates me. I say that. Everybody hates me. It's I don't do any of the COB stuff, which is cool for me because I hate paperwork, and so be letting a lot of people off. But yeah, we're on the combat side. I'm also in the Surf P unit, which is pretty cool. It's
It's I wish I could say woot woot. But
it's the cuck of the whole military, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like the dirty ass belly button of the Army.
Hey,
Yeah.
So you say that. I've done it for the past 12 and a half years, okay? So, or however fucking long we've had the Surf P.
I did it for 7 years.
Yeah, so he I didn't introduce you. This is Dustin Carpenter, my partner in crime and my gym partner. But yeah, he used to serve in the 438th with me, so
10-year Army veteran.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, we were only supposed to have the Surf P for like 2 years, and it's not. It's like the Hotel California.
Up the keister.
You can leave anytime you want, but you can go anytime you want, but you can never leave.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky. They threw me into Surf P and immediately went on the Breach and Break squad. So our unit kind of has like the cooler parts. You guys are stuck with fucking decon, dude. That's that's gross.
So how they
sucks.
used to do it was a long time ago, all the units that are involved in Surf P, we all drilled together, and so like some of the decon people, we were on S&E as well. So like I was on shoring, and then I was on ropes. I did a little breaching and breaking, and then they took me back to decon. So I got a little experience with all of it. But yeah,
I got stuck on the non-ambulatory line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go? Have you gone to rig school yet?
No, I haven't gone to anything. Like, I basically got thrown in the whole orgy process of the Army, like, immediately as soon as I got to my first drill was AT, so.
Oh, really?
I didn't know anything. I just ran in there as a dumb boot camp kid that was sharp and skinny for once, and then they were like, yeah, you look fat, which I was the best I've ever been in my life, and they threw me into Life Fit, and everybody in my unit was calling it fat camp, and I was like, what the hell?
See,
and,
whenever I actually thought whenever you showed up, it was like everybody here is like really everybody there was in pretty good shape.
Yeah, our class wasn't fat at all.
They gave us all the choice to go there.
Maybe compared to the instructors.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you look at the instructors, but let's dive in a little bit to that. So you and I met at H2F, the Holistic Health and Fitness, and what was your? It's through the National Guard. It used to be called Life Fit, known as the Fat Man's Camp.
Fat Camp.
But you like with your experience, what was your takeaway from H2F?
It's super dope. I've worked out, played three-sport athlete in high school. Calm down.
Shows in
But
sport.
yeah, neither's eating for me, so that hurts. I would have been a champ at that. No, it was fun. I liked it. The whole thing of death by PowerPoint, I kind of enjoyed because it's working out. It's all cool stuff,
Yeah.
But I also hated getting strangled by Jake every single day because that guy is not human at all.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to tell the people what Jake looks like if the Hulk and Captain America fucked. Like it's
So true. So
Puts a
he's
very
heard a
unique image into my mind.
he's heard a lot. He's heard a lot about H2F because I talk about H2F all the time. Because I ever since then I've made several appointments to like help get our workouts
heck
honed
yeah.
in even more. And but yeah, Jake, he's a Goliath. He trained like 7 different NFL teams, or what? Do you remember what NFL teams he trained?
No, but he also did college too for a while, and I was holy shit.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast. But the whole point of H2F was to teach us better ways on how to work out, what to eat, how to eat properly. They dove into to sleeping right, and just everything all together with fitness and health, and it was just very beneficial, and it's changed our workouts. Since we've been doing it, we've had probably 20% gains. But so what has been on your weight loss journey? What has been the hardest part, the biggest struggle that you've had throughout losing the 44 pounds?
I think the hardest part is keeping it. I think it's easy to lose the weight once you get committed. I mean, that was kind of easy. It's easy for me to say because I was in boot camp during the whole thing, so like I didn't really have a choice. I just lost the weight because I had to. But like now, I just weighed myself. I had PHA, which is the worst fucking thing that the Army could ever do to you mentally. Like, if they should have any AAR report, it should be after a PHA. Because those, golly, man. But I think the hardest part is keeping it, just because, like, you're back to reality. It's back to every day. Like, you have to force yourself to go. And a lot of times, and, like, I'm on the road, on weekends and stuff, and it's, like, it's hard to even find a gym. If not, like, I'm so tired to the point where I just want to get McDonald's on the way home and go to sleep. Like that's also a hard part too, is the eating. So
that's the one thing that's like helped us, because I've struggled with my weight my whole entire life, and I'm 55 pounds down, been able to keep it for the past year and a half. But a big part is because this guy right next to me, because it really helps me with accountability. If I have somebody that's like, hey, stop being a bitch, get to the gym now, And
So do you do any sort of meal prepping or anything like that, or have you ever experimented with that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I try to do. It's a battle every week trying to find the time to do it. But yesterday, I did like I think 9 meals for the week. So, I mean,
Awesome.
every meal is not going to be the best. Like I don't know if you guys saw, but it's Chick-fil-A tonight. So every Tuesday's open game.
We're big on the energy drinks.
Oh yeah, plug. Thank you, Ghost.
Heck yeah.
I love you. This is not a plug, however. I have to send you the link to. Are you on Facebook? I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this page called Stealth Health Fitness. And they've got a shit ton of slow cooker recipes on there. You can just throw food in your crock pot and leave it cook for like 6 hours. It's real easy shit to do, and they usually make like 11 to 12 servings for each one, and they're simple shit. So that's what I do every single week. So right now I got 8 more meals sitting in my fridge from that recipe. So, or one of those. Damn. Yep.
So you say that you're on the road all the time. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean it's you do it kind of long enough, or I mean you get good at something. I guess stand-up wise, it's weird. Stand-up's a whole world. It's I'm super young. I'm only 22, and in this world, it takes 5 to 15 years to get on the road. And I'm not necessarily on the road, but I'm traveling different cities for a weekend. So it's when you do that, you're just coming back home. At least I am for the night. Like I'm not staying in that city. I'm just gonna come back home.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, you're not gonna bring food, dude. Like that's gay if you bring food, you know? Like, so you're just
that
getting.
also depends on how committed you are.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. And I am not. So, no, I think that's the hardest part is like, finding that balance of like, I think the weekends for me, that's honestly the best thing I found about keeping a consistent schedule is like weekends for me, I know are going to be bad. So like during the week, I really got to like cut out all the bad stuff.
Well, that you can ask him. That's kind of what I do because I do the 80-20 rule. So like if 80% of the time I do the right thing, come the weekend, it's not going to fuck me up too bad.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the biggest thing that was hard to get out of my head is I would always be like, oh, I fucked up a meal, so I guess I'm going to start again on Monday, but it's
the
only
worst thing
Tuesday.
to do is always look for Mondays to start.
And so like just realizing that, hey, so what, you fuck up on a meal. So what, you fuck up on a weekend. Just get back on it as the very next meal, the very next time, and pushing forward like that. That's really the hardest thing is the mindset portion of it, I think.
Yeah,
And Monday's also the shittiest day to like
Oh, it is.
to rethink that you're gonna get committed again because it's the worst day of the week.
It is.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Yeah.
But the meal preps that I do, not to get off on a tangent about me because this is about you, but the meal preps that I do they're fucking phenomenal. So like last week I made through those recipes that they have on that page, I made buffalo chicken bacon mac and cheese, and it's healthy the way that they tell you to make it. And then this week I have French onion pasta and chicken. And then next week, when I do my meal prep, I'm making buffalo chicken Alfredo.
Damn,
So
dude.
they got some fire recipes on there. I'm telling you.
He was just showing me a shit ton of videos. I was like, motherfucker, you got to stop. I haven't eaten yet. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go home
They
and
look good.
go ham.
And they're simple to make, dude. I'm telling you, you'll spend a total of maybe 2 hours, prepping the food and getting it all together, and then it just slow cooks by itself. So,
Right. Yeah, I think cooking for me is fun. I just don't like do it. My
finding
job.
the time.
Yeah, my job right now is just stupid. So I'm just like I'm finding like weird times to cook, and I think the longer like I just throw things in a crock pot. I think that's what I started doing. Just let things sizzle, get it out when I need it.
I bought my wife a crock pot for Christmas, and I use it more than she does.
Yeah.
It's kind of for me. But,
So how did you get started in comedy? How did that come about? Have you always been were you the class clown? How did that come about?
No, not really. I've, like I said, I was just kind of like you're just normal. I liked everybody, sports guy in high school. And then, I always loved comedy though. It was always there. My dad was like the funny guy in the family.
Yeah.
So me and my best friend Colton, who I do stand up with and podcast, there was a local club that was going up for a reopening, like a grand reopening, and we went to that show, and then that Tuesday they had an open mic, and then just signed us up, and I was like, oh shit. At that point we've been doing like weekend shows for like just our friends in like the basement, and just seeing if we could do it, and sucked obviously, and then but I mean that's the thing about comedy, you gotta suck for a while to get better, and that's what we did, and
it's like prostitution.
yeah. It's just like, you learn how to traffic eventually. But it's fun. I mean, I love it. I don't think, I've said this to multiple people, I don't think there's any better feeling in the world than just crushing a room, having a whole room
Right.
just lock in and have fun with you. I think that's the best,
So have you had any hecklers yet?
Yeah.
Everybody does. Everybody
Yeah.
does.
A lot of mine are females, which is fun for me. And my last show I did, it was a lady's birthday party, and she was in a wheelchair, and she was heckling, and I didn't give a fuck about her birthday, so I started roasting her, and then she didn't get up, she rolled out because she can't walk, and I made her walk out. That was pretty cool, pretty good for me. I slept better that night.
Did you put some chalks at the door, like you're not leaving?
Yeah. She was chained to that door handle. So
what's your favorite of all the shows that you've played? What's been your favorite one and why?
Oh, that's a great question. We did this like anniversary show for the drop that I'm a manager at. And I mean, it had all my friends, it had all my favorite comics on it. That was really cool. I think my second favorite is I just headlined in New Buffalo, Michigan. That was awesome. That was super sick. It was like I think it was like January 6th or something. First show of the year, and murdered. It was great. It was
That's
awesome. So yeah.
That's awesome. So what has been your hardest show? What's been the have you had any?
Let's just say it. What's the worst show you've done?
Yeah.
So
the one that sticks in your mind is, why the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, we just brought this up on my podcast. We went to New Paris, which is like the most hillbilly hick town in Indiana. It's like if NASCAR drivers smoked and had babies, and that's what it was. Is we went there and it was just a bunch of family coupled up people, and during my set I got hit by a soccer ball. That's how uninterested
beer
the people.
can, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's how uninterested they were. And afterwards, we got told we did really well, and that's how I knew we did bad. So
When they tell you did a good job, you're like,
Yeah.
Fuck you.
See, I grew up as a musician, and so I used to play shows out all the time, especially whenever I was a little younger. And I've played many of those shows where you're just like, why am I even fucking here?
Shouldn't
But
be.
whenever you said that feeling of whenever the crowd has all their eyes on you and they're just that's a magical feeling. I imagine that it's something similar to how it feels to be a musician up in front of everybody and get, especially like whenever you hit that perfect joke on the perfect timing, or whenever I hit that perfect note and people are just like, wow, that's fucking awesome, or they're just losing their shit, shit and
So
everywhere.
have you had any women throwing their bra and panties on stage at you yet?
No, I
Just one old
wish.
fat grandma.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I don't discriminate, dude. Bring
Piece is a
grandmas. Yeah. No, I've almost got beat up a couple times after a show.
Were they waiting for you out in the parking lot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's the
because,
cliche.
just because I, crowd worked with their, don't bring your hot wife to a show. That's just, like I'm gonna talk to you, like I do a lot of crowd work, so I'm gonna get beat up at some time. I'm waiting on my moment.
Well, if you ever need a bouncer, this guy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hire the both of you.
Okay. He's
bigger than me, though.
He's
so.
more bouncer than I am. He's a fucking beast over here.
Yeah, you look like you eat trees. It's awesome. I'd be so afraid of you if I saw you in person.
Do you know what pisses me off? Like, we'll be at the gym. He'll be like, I'm just going to do, like, a real light set on, like, flat bench. And I look over, and I'm like, that's my fucking deadlift. Like, my max deadlift that he's just warming up with. And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
You look like if Chuck Norris and Mark Henry fucked, dude. That's
I drink a lot of milk. That's my secret.
hell yeah.
And trees and babies.
So, being as busy as you are, how do you fit fitness into your schedule?
Nights.
Nights?
Yeah, just working on a night. Honestly, I think night workouts are good, like, mentally, too. It's a good mental reset for the day.
That's how we feel.
Yeah, if you had, like, a really shitty day, I feel like it's all good to get it out. I think cardio is also a good thing at night. Cardio in the morning
I'm
sucks.
gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
Yeah, cardio in the morning sucks, though, because cardio pisses you off. But, like, at night, it's almost like you see Patrick Swayze shirtless riding a wave. It's like, it's a little... It's gay, but it feels good,
Kind of like the military.
Yeah.
See, I believe that anybody who enjoys cardio is a sadistic fuck. Like, I think that it's terrible.
I hate cardio, and as you can tell by looking at me,
we're definitely more into lifting than we are anything. And but yeah, I grew up. I grew up as a gymnast, and then whenever I got older, I joined the military. So that's been my only two references for fitness for my whole entire life. And so, like, lifting was never an option. It was never even a thought in my mind until about a year and a half ago. And so the idea of working out for me just fucking was miserable, because I thought, the only way I'm going to lose weight is if I go out and run, or if I do go out and do this calisthenic shit, and then he introduced me to lifting, and I love it. Like I look forward to that, but we do some running, and it fucking sucks every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I tell everybody, if you see me running, it's because A, somebody stole my food and I'm chasing them, or something bigger than me is chasing me. So that's the only time I run.
Dude, I don't know what's bigger. You look scary, dude.
A grizzly bear's bigger than me for sure.
Yeah.
But he's just a big teddy bear.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of big guys are.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm like a medium sized dude, and some people are like, and I'm like, dude, I'm like the softest guy, probably.
See, I identify as 6'3", but nobody else.
I fall
nobody
down
else
and
believes
scrape
me.
my knee and I cry like a bitch and suck my
Yeah.
thumb.
Yeah, I watched Marley and Me and thought about just never getting out of bed. So
My wife calls me her big teddy bear all the time. It's funny. It's all for show.
right.
So we talking about how big he is. So we shot a movie together. It's called Drowning in Echoes, and he was the villain in the movie. I was the director, but I made sure that so anything that I shoot, I always make sure that I have a cameo in there.
Hell
and
yeah.
So I was a security guard, and it looked ridiculous. I'm like, "Hey, buddy," and he just turns around, just towers over me. He is a big dude. But so whenever you do work out, do you work out solo? Do you work out with a partner? How do you stay accountable for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of workouts are solo just because I'm like at night. But if I'm working out like right after work, I'll try to find someone to go with to the gym. But I have a home gym, which is like super nice. It's not like nice. It's not nice, but I have equipment which I can,
It's convenient.
Exactly. Yeah. I go down there, and the workouts like aren't super. Like, they're not as good as a gym workout, obviously, like an actual gym. But I'm doing a lot of WOD workouts at home.
Doing a lot of what?
Like WODs. It's just
What's
like
that?
it's like quick. It's like quick workouts. You do rounds basically. You put yourself on either like a minute timer. It's kind of like the ones we did at HUF. Just like the quick round workouts. However time you have left.
So
you
kind of
take
like a
for-
circuit or whatever.
Basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Just harder weight training stuff with WODs. Yeah.
He hates it whenever I put circuits in our workouts.
Dude, they're awesome. They're
That-
awesome.
Fucking hate them.
I like that they just get it done.
Yeah.
I like
waste less time.
I like the slow and controlled heavy lifting. That's my niche.
See, I like circuit because you don't have time to think about it. You just have to keep doing it.
So
That's
how
why
we-
I like it.
how we kind of restructured our workouts, we just started it this week. So he's really big into like really heavy lifting, and I'm more into like high intensity. And so he takes care of Mondays and Wednesdays. I take care of Tuesdays and Thursdays. That way we kind of get the best of both worlds. But yeah, he hates supersets and he hates circuits.
I did, however, implement HIIT training into my Mondays and Wednesdays.
You did,
Which
yeah.
kicked our asses.
It destroyed us. It made me a little bitch. Not gonna lie.
I was sore yesterday. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
What kind of if you had to pick a favorite workout, what would it be?
Arms.
Arms,
Yeah.
all day
I
arms,
think
yeah.
I think just I hit biceps probably 3 times a week. I
Oh, yeah.
love the bicep workout. I think it originates from like me watching Arnold as a kid. My dad's a super short guy that's like skinny surfer dude pretty much. So I always liked the idea of being a bigger kid, and then I unfortunately grew as a bigger kid, so my wish came true. But yeah, biceps for me, like the bicep, tricep workouts. Back for me is iffy. I love back, but I don't like barbell training with back.
Really?
That's the one thing I don't like because I think my form's shitty, and that's why I don't like it. But like pulls and everything else like that, like pull downs and stuff, I like. But
We do a lot of dumbbell and like cable flies not cable flies, but the cable fly machine for back workouts. So
Yeah.
Maybe for
I'm not real big on like barbell bent over rows or anything like that. 'Cause I have a bad back. I heard it like I don't know
I
10
think
years ago
everybody
in the
who's been in
army.
the military has a
Yeah.
bad back.
yeah,
My form's shit on it too. But like I like everything except for legs. That's really what I like.
That's what we're starting off with tomorrow.
I know.
yeah, hell yeah, dude. See, I like starting with legs on Monday because it's like you start off with the shittiest thing and then you have something to look forward to. I'm a psychology student, so I like fucking with my brain as much as I can.
Hey, I don't blame. That's actually not a bad idea.
What's your least favorite exercise?
Oh, dude. Honestly, I hate chest. Honestly, I
Really?
hate chest. I hate chest. I came out of basic with a big chest. Just had tits before, and I don't. I don't think there's a lot of hype behind that. Honestly, I think having a way better back. Jake from H2F kind of completely
Posterior
pulled me.
chain?
Yeah, just pulled me in the right direction. I think having a strong back can make you have a better stability with your core and all your lifts in general. If you just have a big chest, you also look like fucking Larry from SpongeBob. So it's like
Yeah.
you gotta you gotta balance it. But I'm not a big chest guy. I hate chest.
We do a lot of posterior chain in our workout, especially because Jake changed our mind on that. Because before,
Yeah.
like really, we were in the gym for about a year or so, and we just were kind of like doing whatever felt right. You really and but after going to the H2F thing, Jake really just a big shout out to H2F, but
Yeah.
Jake really changed our mind on how to work out, and so we added a lot of posterior chain, predominantly posterior chain, and then I love chest too. So like I want the big chest, the big shoulders, the cannonball shoulders, and big old traps. That's what I want.
Yeah. I was gifted a pretty good traps, so it's like I don't want to work on it anymore, you know.
See, I was excited the other day because I'm finally getting to the point where you can start to see my traps a little bit, and I'm like,
Hell
did
yeah.
did you see that shit? I get really excited because I've never had muscles before. Really, I was always the weak guy, you know. I was either just really fat or just really weak.
See,
So-
but like for me, even like in like all of my sports that I played, I was always the weakest like in my chain. Like I was obviously stronger than so I was a lineman in high school, but like I was the weakest lineman. But I was faster. But like like I was always weaker when it came to weight training and stuff like that. I've never been big on like for him, yeah, he's gonna eat me on the football field, but I might be faster than him. That's the good thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I have that difference. But yeah, I feel you. I've never been like the biggest weightlifter either.
Well, like I would say, just from probably in the last maybe 3 or 4 months, I'm starting to get to the point where like, and you know what I mean. I'm starting to like actually feel strong, and
Yeah.
like it's showing up on the what I'm lifting too.
I was
And
going to say you're looking strong too.
I
on your
appreciate
lifts.
that. Before, like my goal for so long was to get to 225 on my bench, and I'm the other day I did 295, and so I'm slowly getting there. I haven't
But
quite got.
now you're pushing yourself towards 3. It's chasing the white rabbit, if you will.
Yeah, every time
Every time you hit that benchmark, you're like, now I got to go for more.
Yeah.
that's the problem.
I'm the same way.
It definitely. I went from being the fat kid that dreaded working out to now like It's almost addictive a little bit. You know, you're just like, what can I do next?
Yeah, it's like seeing your first boob. It's like once you see one, you want to see them all. You
I
know.
wanna
So-
see every last one. It's kind of
Yeah.
like do you know that Rodney Carrington song? Show them to me.
Oh yeah.
If you're a big fat man, I'm a titty fan, and I'd love to see yours too.
I'm here for it. I think that's the greatest part about working out is like, yeah, like the experience you guys have together. I think that's really cool as you guys work out together. I think
Yeah.
that also builds your friendships a lot better too. I think.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know?
it does.
Well, I for sure would not work out as much or as hard as I do if I didn't have a gym partner. So
Yeah.
it's
Well-
beneficial for me.
The one thing that there's a lot of positive side effects to going to the gym that a lot of people don't consider, at least that I found. Since in the past year and a half that I've gone to the gym started going to the gym with him, I went from being fat and out of shape, couldn't breathe. My confidence was a lot lower, and then just in the short time that I've been working out with him, life changed completely. Like I went from not really having any direction in my life to now, we shot a movie because I started going to the gym. We made a joke, and we shot a full-fledged like fucking movie. Like it's done. We're really proud of it. And then it gave me the confidence to start pursuing I told you when we were at H2F, I do videography and photography, and I can't say the big name, but I'll just leave it at this. I'm doing a very big documentary film down in Huatuco, Mexico. It's a 5-part docu-series, and it's on one of the major streaming platforms. So like between all of that, it all started because of the gym and the confidence that it built. And so, yeah, I'm just all for it. It's changed my life, really, just having a workout partner. And then we started the Fatmen podcast because we went to the gym, you know. So like, it just good things have happened. Like, you get your body right, it really helps you get your mind right too.
Oh yeah.
What's been one positive side effect that you felt since losing all that weight and getting into shape, and what's one positive thing that you felt from that?
I think just confidence. I don't mean that in like a douchey way, but like I think the way you hold yourself is different. Like mentally, I think it's more of a mental game. You know?
Oh yeah.
You look at yourself more in positive ways. That like either clothes passing by in a car window and you're like, damn, you know, or whatever it is. I think that's like that's been the best feeling for me, is like noticing it yourself and you're like, oh shit, all right.
I work out, so one of these days my wife will look at me naked and be like, yeah, it's okay. I'm glad
that's all. Yeah. I want to have a mirror in my room just to look at and be like, damn, I look good, dude.
When I look in the mirror and see myself naked, and the day that I go, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know I've made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there were so many times that whenever I was at my biggest, I was like, hot damn, I'm just shit out of luck. But whenever I finally lost the weight, I was like, my God, I can finally see my dick. It was something.
I had to stand on my head.
I know. But yeah, it's been really great. But no, I know what you mean about the confidence. It really changes a lot of things, and yeah, it's been really good for me, at least.
Yep. Do you have people in your corner, like a support system for not just the weight loss, but the stand up and all that stuff?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one thing I've always said since like I've been young is like I found a really good group of people around me, and I got blessed with that at a very young age. So that's honestly been the best part about everything. The Army, comedy, everything is like I have people to always go back to, and have them come support. I think that's also another priority. I think in that, having a good support system is having them there for you at those moments.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that I always and he's heard me say it a lot of times is I believe that you are the company you keep. So if you keep 100%. Those people in your corner that are always encouraging you and they support you through the thick and the thin, it definitely helps project you into the right direction.
What's been the hardest part for you guys to like keep your relationship, like, you know, not just like working out and stuff like that?
Oh, I'll honestly, we have. I can't.
There's been so many times where we've made excuses.
Oh yeah,
to not go to the gym. We're not.
But
this podcast, the way that we talk about it and stuff, portrays us in this light of perfection, and that's far from the truth.
Oh,
I mean, there's been times where I have called him and be like, "Hey, man, I'm not going to make it at the gym today. You know, my vag is leaking a little bit." And just it's stupid excuses too, though. Like one day, I can't think of anything offhand, but like one day I would call him up, and it's not like a lot of times, but there'd be a dad call him up and be like, "Hey, man, I'm not going to make it into the gym today. I sprained my ankle," you know, and it's just a bullshit excuse. Like, you can fucking do some bench press with a sprained ankle. Shut up, you know, whatever the case may be.
Well, hell, when we first started, I was on a walking boot, and because I broke my fucking foot, and it's true. You can. Jake kind of put that in my mind too. Is, you know, so what? You're fucking hurt. Find something that you can do.
Work around it.
Yeah, because he said, you show me where you're hurt, I'll show you how to get around it.
Yep.
Where you can still get a good workout in.
Like right now, I am dealing with an umbilical hernia that I've had for a couple months now. And when it first happened, I took a week off of the gym just to kind of let it rest and heal a little bit. And then I got kind of down on myself, and I was at that time doing the carnivore diet. And I had gotten off of the diet because I was like, well, if I can't fucking work out, what's the point in doing this diet, you know? And I just kind of crashed a little bit. And he got in my ass a little bit and was like, hey, you need to, you know, you can fucking get out there and step on the treadmill or step on the elliptical or walk the track, or you don't have to do any heavy lifting. Just get your ass back to the gym. And I was like, you know what, you're fucking right.
He fucking hated it at first because literally we just went to the gym and we walked like
'Cause
that.
I'm a power lifter by
Yeah.
nature. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And
You
going
can
to the
probably
gym-
tell that he's a power lifter. Yeah.
going to the gym and just walking the track and seeing all these motherfuckers in the weight room lifting these weights, and I just walking by it, and I'm like, oh, I fucking hate you guys. Like it sucked for me, not to be able to lift while I'm there. But I eventually worked through it, and I got to the point now to where I haven't had surgery like I need, but it's healed up enough that I can go in there and lift now, cautiously. So
And
I still don't do squats, heavy squats. I do pit shark squats, but I don't do barbell squats, and I don't do deadlifts right now until I have the surgery. So everything else is fair game.
And my big reason about pushing him into the gym, and he's done it to me. Like I fucked my foot up just about a month ago, and but a big thing is it's real easy to break the cycle and just quit the gym if you don't go to the gym. Like
One bad day can spiral into an eternity.
And so I was like, you know what? So what? We can't do what we normally do. Let's still, like, 90% of the battle is just fucking showing up, And we have this number one rule. We always say our number one rule is don't be a bitch. And so, I believe that it's better to go there and sit on the fucking bench at the gym and watch everybody working out than sitting on the couch at home, because, like I said, you are the company you keep. So if you're around every day, around the people that are doing the right thing, working towards their fitness goals, it stays in your brain. Like, you're a psychology student, it stays in your brain, and it makes it a lot easier to get back on the track and get back to doing the right thing.
Well, another thing that helps is the guest that we had last week. He is battling multiple sclerosis, and he said that he went to the gym one day on a walker because his multiple sclerosis was flaring up and he was having trouble walking, and he went blind while he was on the bike pedaling, and he just kept pushing through it. He was like, I don't need my fucking eyes to push through this to pedal this bike. So I was like,
and you know what he just did?
And that is like huge motivation to me. It's like, if he can do that, why am I making excuses like, oh, I got a fucking sprained ankle, I can't go lift weight? I need to get my ass back in the gym. It's motivational for me.
So he like he said, he started out on a walker, even on a wheelchair at one point, and he just finished his he did 3.5 Ironman altogether. He did a half Ironman, and he just finished that. And so, like, it's just like, okay, this dude that has an uphill battle and every excuse in the whole entire world not to do the thing, did the thing. And so, like, if I sprain my ankle and I don't go, what does that make me? That makes me a bitch,
Yeah.
And so, like, if he hurt himself but he didn't go to do something, it makes him a bitch. And so, like, that's our big thing. I would say it's made it really easy because we have very similar mindsets, and so whenever he's down, I'm usually up, and then whenever I'm down, he's usually up, and so it really helps hold us accountable. Definitely wouldn't be in the gym if it wasn't for having an accountability partner.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's made a huge difference for us. So, like, for you, for somebody that was that's either struggling to stay consistent, or somebody that's starting out new, what would be your best advice, your best words of encouragement for somebody? Yeah, your best advice or best words of encouragement to somebody that is trying to make those healthier decisions.
I say this in everything. This is like my big pet peeve. I think you should have fun in everything you do, and if you're not having fun with it and enjoying it, then don't do it. Find something else. You're not going to enjoy things a lot of the times, but you can have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Working out's not fun a lot of the times, but you can make it fun. Whether that's and the thing is, you don't have to go to the gym all the time. Like, I go play basketball to get cardio in and run 3 miles or whatever it is. Like, I think having fun and doing those activities is like, it just takes all the stress off yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's planning workouts, whether it's eating, whether it's anything, you enjoy it, then you do it. That's not saying be a fat ass and sit, and not have fun.
Yeah.
And sit, watch Iron Man 3 5 times on the couch. But just have fun working out. For me, that's what I like to do. I like to play sports. I like to go play basketball once or twice a week. And if I can't do that, then I'll throw on a podcast. Every week, Kill Tony comes out on Tuesday.
I love Kill Tony.
Yeah, or on Monday, I watch it on the treadmill every week. So you just got to find your niches and your strong points and what you can connect everything to. Everything's connected somehow. You just got to find a way.
Yeah.
And building on what you said, excuse me, about fitness isn't fun a lot of times, and most people think that when you start going to the gym, you have to go balls to the wall. You have to run 10 miles, and you're in there lifting your 90%, your max 1 rep, consecutively, end over end, for like 3 and 4 hours. Every exercise that you do in the gym's got to last 2 and 3 hours and stuff. And that's not the case. Make the gym time that you have exciting, make it fun, structure the workouts around things that you find fun. If you don't, I've said this a million times, if you don't like running, don't fucking run.
No.
It's that simple. There's other things you can do aside from running. Like you said, you go play basketball, you could play soccer if you're into that kind of stuff, or you could play football, or whatever the case may be. Structure your workouts to be like an hour long, so it's not a huge token out of your day. Do exercises that you enjoy. Like I enjoy bench press, so I do a lot of bench pressing. I do a lot of accessory workouts that revolve around bench pressing, things that help with that to make it better. So when you start seeing the improvements, that gives you that amp up, makes you want to go and keep doing it, keep going. So just for those of you watching, if you're new to the gym, don't kill yourself in the first week. Don't do that. It's not that hard. It doesn't have to be.
And kind of like what you said, fitness looks different to everybody. And so like one thing that we are big on is like we don't have the perfect physiques. We're not to where we want to be. And so like the big part of this podcast is to show people our journey as we develop and to help encourage people along their ways. But one thing so we've been invited to a handful of different things. So we're getting ready to do a bungee class. We had a girl on the podcast, and
Dude, that is not going to be a pretty sight.
Dude, that's awesome.
She invited us to this bungee class, so we're actually really excited about it. We're going to do a rock. There's in Indianapolis. There's a rock climbing gym. We got invited to go there, and so we're going to film that process too. MMA gym, and so like really, we want to like take time to explore everything from ballet to gymnastics to yoga to jazzercise. We don't give a fuck. We'll try everything just to show that fitness looks different for everybody, and it's all about finding what works for you. And so, like, we're just really excited for that, and I'm really glad that you mentioned that you're not just so stuck on let's go to the gym, let's lift heavy shit, or let's go out for a run. It looks different in many different forms.
Yep. Yeah, I think one thing I did too at my gym, and you don't have to do this, but I met people at the gym. I talk to people at the gym. I make time to see them, talk to them, and I think that also covers the whole psych out portion of going to the gym. Oh, I don't look great right now. I don't want to go to the gym. Like, that person might be there. That person's way bigger than me. Whatever it is. That was the biggest part about me going to the gym is I didn't want to like embarrass myself and lift shitty and not have good form and people make fun of me and stuff. And then I met those people and they were the fucking nicest people.
We talk about that all the time.
100%.
Yeah, the gym people are sick. Like, the whole community is cool. I mean, you're gonna get your assholes who, wear their teabag shirts or whatever. But I mean, for the most part,
90% of the time, they don't give a fuck what you're doing. Like, they're not watching you. They're worried about themselves. Like, it's surprising how often people think people are thinking about them when
they're not.
Most of the time they're not.
Nobody in the gym gives a fuck what you're doing.
Nope.
They're worried about what they're doing.
And if anything, I found, because I was in the same place, because whenever I started going to the gym, I was like, every time, I've tried going to the gym 30 million times in my life, and I would walk up to the weight room and I'd see all these big Goliaths in there, and I'd be like, nope, I'm not going in there. I'm gonna go do the I call them like good girl, bad girls, but I'll do something like that, and then whenever he invited me to come to the gym and he showed me how to lift, I found out these are some of the nicest people, and if anything, if they say anything to you, it's to, hey, maybe try this, you'll get more activation at doing it that way. They've been very helpful. But yeah, those gym jitters that you got whenever you first started going, it just fucking go and you'll find out.
One thing I can say though, especially to people that go to the gym, mainly the experienced lifters, is like when you see new people in there, just be the bigger guy and lift them up, man. Even if they're doing something stupid, if they look like they're being an idiot in there, as long as it's not intentionally being an idiot.
Yeah.
But if they're doing some movements and you're like, I don't know what fucking exercise that is, that's not doing any good. Go in there and tell them, be like, hey, I've seen you in here a couple times. You look like you're making some good progress. Keep it up. Lift him up, because everybody's been that new guy at one point, and everybody likes hearing that stuff. Even when I was the new guy in the gym, and I would go in there. Every once in a while, somebody would say, "Hey, I've seen you here a couple times. You look like you're getting a little smaller. If you're losing weight, or if you're looking to lose weight."
Yeah,
or they'd say, "Hey, you look like you're bulking up a little bit." It'd make you feel good, So if you're one of the if you're there a lot, be one of those people. And if you're there a lot and you hear that, keep fucking going.
Because you'd be surprised the difference you can make in somebody just by saying a kind thing.
Yeah, I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just to tail into all that, there's a lot of people in the gym that I lost my train of thought. Fuck, never mind.
I think I'm way too reoccurring. I think I'm like the new guy way too often. Like, oh shit, look who's back again. Fucking, I that's a funny part. I try to, if you're missing a while, I think it's good to. That's why it's also good to meet those people at the gym, like you guys do. That you hold each other accountable, but like. Also, you just build those relationships, and it's like you don't come back for a while. Things are going on. You get it, and then you're back, and they're fucking, they help you out and be like, hey, man, do this instead of this. Like, I see you doing this all the time. Why don't you do this?
Or if you're gone for a couple of days, and you come back, and they're like, hey, where you been? I haven't seen. It makes you feel good that people notice when you're not there. You're like, oh, fuck, now I got to show up all the time because they notice when I'm gone.
Or they'll bust your balls and be like, hey, part-timer.
Yeah. I did that to him. He showed up late for a workout one day. I was 3/4 of the way through the workout, and he ended up having to work late. It wasn't really his fault, but I showed up on time and got busy working out, and he showed up like 3/4 of the way through, and everybody was busting his balls while he wasn't even there. They were like, where's your fucking buddy? And I was like, I don't know. He's working late. He can't make it. As soon as he walked in, everybody was like, hey, what's up, part-time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was right after I was gone for a month and a half because I was in Mexico, and I was gone with a school with the military, and so it's like, they were ready to bust my balls as much as they could.
It's fun though. I make it a point to talk to everybody when I'm in the gym, even if it's somebody I don't know. If I see them in there a couple of times and I know that they're staying consistent with their workouts, I'll start talking to them and make friends with them because it makes them feel good to know that they have people there that give a shit.
Yeah.
So, real quick on your comedy, do you have one? You said you have a podcast that you do. Two, you do comedy. So do you have any upcoming shows that you would like to plug? And, And what's the name of your podcast?
Sure, yeah. The podcast is called The Dad Podcast. That's
the Dad Podcast.
The Dad Podcast. We started because we were fat, and that hasn't changed at all. We're is that PHAT? Yeah, I wish. No, it's been fun. That's been a blast. Any dates that are going on, I got the whole February 21st weekend, 21st, 22nd of February. I'll be featuring South Bend for Vic. He's an Indian comic, travels the whole country. He's awesome, love the guy. And then March, I think it's 18th. I gotta look. I should have prepared myself. March 18th, 15th, I'll be in Barron Springs, Michigan for a St. Patrick's Day show. So I'm going to be hammered. It's going to be great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
See the Blarney stores.
And so where can they find your podcast at?
YouTube, Spotify, stuff like that. It's fun. We just this is the new studio. You can't really see it, but built this thing. Took 2 months to build. I'm sitting at an editing bay right now. So it's kind of sick having it in a bay, just to literally get done with the pod, edit right away.
Is it an audio video podcast or just audio?
Yeah, both.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah. We love running the 3 cameras. We bought this really expensive Sony camera. And we're not using it anymore. We decided that our phones looked a lot better, so we're just going to use our phones, and which is surprising. I've looked it up. Like, I've done a lot of research on podcasts, like setups and like everybody's like niches on how to do it, and it was good for a main camera, but like with the lights and stuff, we couldn't mess with the settings or anything. It's probably user error, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier to edit off your phone, like for the style,
For us, like, so this is our really simple, dumbed down version, and it's so nice because we can set all this up in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But like we have the A10 mini switcher, so we can do live switching and all that stuff, and we do multi-camera setups.
Our first podcast, however,
was
the first episode we did. Ooh, it was rough. So don't feel bad because ours was shit.
But my whole point is 9 times out of 10, simpler is better a lot of times and stuff. And I mean, we're still developing how we're doing our podcast, and it's a work in progress. Every time we do it, we get a little bit better. But no, it's been great having you on the podcast, and we're really excited that you joined us, and it was great seeing you again as well. But real quick, to anybody who's watching this, we just want to say thank you for joining us. And if you have a fitness journey that you would like to share with us, please reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook, or you can find us on YouTube and on TikTok. If you have a story you want to share, please reach out to us on the Facebook group, the Fatmen community group. And if you're a trainer, if whatever your story is, we would really like to share it. And thank you for joining us.
Before we let you go, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. I think it's really good. I think you should enjoy what you do. I think have fun in everything, and if you're not having fun doing it, then stay away from it.
Well said.
Well said. Well, I'm Mitch Lunsford.
And I'm Dustin, and this has been the Fat Man Podcast.
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch.